Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. This is where we're gonna be making some big decisions today. I'm going on some vacation with some girlfriends of mine from school, and I am so excited to go. But I have been something of a chronic book overpacker. So I almost always regret taking that many books because the truth is I'm busy on vacation. Most of my friends and family don't really take it well when I shush them to finish my chapter. So I decided this time I'm not gonna make this decision and I'm gonna save my back a little bit of effort by limiting myself to only 2 books this vacation. This is gonna hurt my soul a lot because it's gonna be so hard for me to choose 2 books, but I'm gonna do my absolute best to stick with it. And I might take my Kindle too. So I guess I'm cheating already. Let's get into which books I should take. So these are the books that I have ready and waiting for me to decide which ones go with me on vacation and which ones don't. I have so many options here that it's a little bit ridiculous. So in trying to decide this, one of the things that really sticks out to me is that for some of my long vacations, I like longer books. That way I only have to take 1 book and there's no possible way I can finish it. Something like The Swarm is a very hefty book, something that I would be able to take, and it's definitely something that I probably wouldn't finish until the end of the vacation. The problem with something like this is that it's going to be too heavy, and I'm gonna have to lug this thing around with me the entire vacation. So I'm probably gonna say no to this one just because of how heavy it is. I'm also probably gonna say no to this one as well, just because it's equally as dense and I think it's a pretty heavy book. I'm also gonna say probably no to this one for my vacation because I've got to match the tone of my vacation. And the truth is, something like this book by Dying Inside, Robert Silverberg, is something that I really want to read, but I've heard it's really sad. So I just don't want to be depressed during my vacation. So the next ones that I know I'm gonna probably be able to think about is I like having books in a series that I know I already like. So something like this might be a really good option for me to take. It's not too thick, and I know I'm probably gonna like it. I also have books like Jeff Vandermeer's Born, but I think this one is gonna be a little bit dense for my vacation. And I'm not entirely sure I trust Jeff to get me in a vacation mood. So I'm probably gonna say no to this one right now. One of the books that I'm really excited to read is The Dark Forest. I've been meaning to get to this book forever. But not only is this book a chunker, but I think that I'm gonna have to pass on this one because I know this is gonna be dense in themes. I know this is gonna be a book that I'm gonna have to pay very close attention to, and it's gonna be heavy. So I just don't think that I'm gonna be able to give it the time and attention that it really deserves. So I'm probably gonna say no to this one also. I've heard a lot about how to live safely in a science fiction universe, and I'm kind of excited about this one. I think this one might be a possible contender just because it's a fun book that I don't have to worry about. So this one is definitely a possibility. I would say that almost all Octavia Butler books are definitely possibilities for me. I've been meaning to get to this one forever, and it's not too thick. Easy to carry with me, and I do trust Octavia, so we can see about that one. This is a book that I have been meaning to get to forever, and I do also have access to the audiobook copy from my library. This one I think has some pretty interesting concepts, and it's supposed to be, you know, a classic for a reason about terraforming Mars. But it's also a pretty thick book. And to be honest, I'm a little bit more excited about some of the other books that I have here. So at least for right now, I'm gonna say maybe to that one. Another book that I have been really excited to get to is Foundation's Edge. So I finished the trilogy and I've heard so many of my friends say that it's such a good book, could be better than the original, so this one is definitely a contender for me. I also really enjoy taking paperback books with me. These mass market ones, they are just utterly indestructible sometimes. You can see that this one looks like it's already got some water damage on it. I really like not having to worry if I get water or sand or coffee on it. And this one is definitely a possibility. I've heard a lot of good things about the author, and I think this is a disaster novel. This one is a book that I've been trying to get to since forever. But I gotta be honest, even though it's nice and thin, it's just not something that I'm vibing with right now. So I think I'm going to put that one off a little bit longer. I would probably say the same thing about these two. Both of these authors are new authors to me, and I'm not quite sure exactly what the tone and the vibe of these are gonna be. I do think that I'm going to get to these soon. I just think that this one is supposed to be more of a time travel novel, and it's small and easy to carry around with me, as is this one actually, but I'm not sure that it's vacation vibes. So I'm gonna say no to that one. And that leaves me with only a few books left to decide. This book is one that I have been really wanting to get to for a long time. And this one is a very tongue-in-cheek vibe. It's supposed to be kind of in the same vein as, dare I say it, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. What's interesting about this one is this book is supposed to have all of these little annotations on the inside where he explains different concepts to the reader or to himself. So I'm kind of excited about that kind of situation. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling this book as well. So I like the lighter tone of this book. Okay, so we have two books that have a lighter tone, so I should probably choose only one of these. And I'm probably gonna say no to China Mieville because, again, Embassy Town's the only book that I've read by him so far, and I want to get to this, but boy was it heavy in themes, and that's probably not a good vacation book, at least not for me right this second. So let's see here, I think I'm kind of vibing with one lighter themed novel, so I gotta pick one of these two, and then I gotta pick one of these. So let's see here. A disaster novel is probably a pretty good, easy summer read for me, and I am really attracted to the idea and concept of mass market paperback edition. I really want to get to this one, and the nice thing about it is because it's not the best edition ever, it's not something that I'm going to get upset about if it gets dirty. This one is probably one that I want to keep. Well, it's not the prettiest edition. It's definitely one that I don't want to destroy. So I'm probably gonna say no to this one because I don't want to destroy that copy. Let's see here now. So we got one of these books and one of these books. Of these two, I think that I'm feeling this one a little bit more. I'm more intrigued by the concept of this book because of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference, honestly. So I think I'm going to say no to this one right this second. So we'll take this book. I want to save this beautiful copy if I can. I'm going somewhere where, you know, it can get wet or sandy or dirty. I think I'm going to say no to that one. All right, how do I decide between these three? Oh my gosh, it's so hard. This kills me.
That's what she said.
What if I just take 3 instead of 2? Nope, stick to the rules, Okay, so.
One eternity later.
Just take this one and this one. And that way, if it gets dirty or messy, this one looks like it could have some levity with it. I will come back to you, I will. All right guys, so it's official. My picks for my vacation are gonna be Moonfall by Jack McDevitt and Stringers by Chris Panettiere. So hopefully these are gonna be a fun time. I really, really hope that I'm gonna be able to get through both of these books and that I will come back with lots of good reviews. I'm not saying no to you. These are books that I'm definitely gonna get to soon. I think it's interesting to hear myself talk about how to make these decisions, especially because I always think that thicker books are better for vacation, but I forget about how heavy they are and carrying them around. And I would say the same about books that you don't want to destroy, books that are not really helping you with the tone or vibe of your vacation, because nobody wants to be depressed on their vacation. And then of course, there are so many other books in this that I could have chosen and been equally happy with. So I'm gonna pack these 2 books that I chose in my bag here and get ready for my vacation. Hopefully it's gonna be a good one. Let me know in the comments down below how you choose which books you bring on vacation. How many do you limit yourself to? And is there a certain genre or type or author that you rely on for your vacation? Until next time, you guys, see you later. Just a few more. Just a few.